Every month, I get to participate in a delightful event, doing something that I love to do in a place that's one of my favorite places in town. And that is our first Sunday artisan craft fair in the park. Now, the way that I got involved with this, it's a long story, but I'll make it really, really short. A few years back, I started working with women and young girls that had been victims of violence and abuse, and I learned how to do some techniques with jewelry, which I'd never done anything like that before, but I wanted to learn something that I could pass on to them that they could perhaps use to make some money and have something nice to do. And so I started making this jewelry. And I heard about this artisan group that had the sale every first Sunday in the park. Turns out they've been doing that for over 40 years now. But I thought, well, maybe if I got involved in that group, I could give these girls, these ladies, a place where they could sell their things. Now, I joined the group and things didn't turn out exactly like that for the ladies, but I kept on in the group. And I started getting to know these people and forming friendships with them, not deep friendships, but casual ones. I know the names of some of them I don't, but it's been nice to form these friendships, especially seeing that I'm the only foreigner in the group. And they're all Guatemalans, because I live here in Guatemala, and most of them, not just Guatemalan, but traditional Mayan culture Guatemalans, and so there's a lot of difference there, but really they've accepted me into the group, which for me is a big step because I am pretty introverted and I always struggle with making friends and reaching out to people, but I know that this is something that I need to do for my life, something that I need to challenge myself in to get to know people. So I got into this group and now it's been going in my 7th year of being in the group. And participating in this monthly event has been great because we're able to just help each other out. We go and we start setting up early in the morning, and once we're all set up and we're selling, we go around and visit each other, encourage each other. And it's just been a great opportunity to get to know these people. But even more than that, the great experience I've been having is with the people that come to the park to buy these things. And I've got my jewelry all set up and everybody has all of their other craft items set up. And people come around looking at everything, having a beautiful day. Like yesterday was first Sunday and it was a gorgeous day in the park and all kinds of activities, and there were marching bands and all kinds of stuff. But people come around to look at the crafts and decide what they want to buy. And when they come along and start looking at the jewelry, it's really kind of neat what happens. First you get the glance, right? And then the glance and they turn the head and then they stop and then they turn around and take a step. And so each step of the way it's kind of like, oh, maybe they're going to step over and buy something, and I'll greet them and encourage them to come over and take a look. And this has been good for me because as an introvert, I am not a salesperson. I've tried some sales things and it just doesn't work for me. I'm fine just sitting behind my table with my jewelry, and if they come over and look at them, I'll talk to them. But they come over and they look at things, and what's been really fun for me is to watch how people engage with products, and they'll look at things. If there's a couple ladies together, then one might be looking and, oh, look, this one's a hummingbird. You know how much I love hummingbirds, and they get all excited about this stuff. And a lot of times, if they get to that point, most of the time they'll actually buy something. And of course, that's kind of nice for me. I'm not in it just to get money, although that is nice. Of course, it's always nice to have a little bit extra, but just to see how much they're enjoying the stuff, it does something for me. And not only do I get these customers that have never seen the stuff before, but the neat part is when I get a return customer, and I get quite a few of them because I'm usually right in the same spot. And every first Sunday, they know we're going to have the sale. So a lot of times, all of these ladies come back, and sometimes they'll be wearing the jewelry, a pair of earrings or something, or a bracelet that they got from me before. And they'll come back. And yesterday, there was this one lady that came, and she had bought from me several times before. And so she comes back with this attitude of, well, I wonder what you got that's new. And I said, yeah, I'm always working on some new stuff. And at the moment she came, I was working on a piece of jewelry. And she was watching me and she asked me, she said, about how long do you think it's going to take you to finish that? I said, oh, I don't know, maybe half hour or so. And so she looked around a little bit more, and then she left, and she came back after that and bought that piece of jewelry that I just finished. I said, just a minute, I gotta take a picture of it so I remember what it was. But just that feeling that people have come to expect to find something nice when they come to the park and look at everything and come over to my stand and buy something from me. But really, I've thought about the real value of the things that they purchase. And it's not just that they're getting a pretty thing that's made from wire and stones and it looks nice or it goes with something that they have, but the real value of the jewelry that they get is that when they get home, maybe the next day or some other day, they're going to put it on with an outfit and feel like they're put together, they're prepared and feeling better about the way they look. And when they do that, they can face their day or go to work or go out, do whatever they have to do and have an attitude of feeling good about themselves. And I don't think it's just vanity, but we want to feel like we're presenting ourselves, expressing ourselves with the way we look. And I think that's important. And so when these ladies buy this jewelry and wear it, it's giving them value for their life that helps them to feel better about their situation. And really, when you think about it, the value that selling the jewelry has for me, it's really added a lot of value to my life, not so much in the money I get for it. Of course, that's nice, but the value I have found, and this is what really surprised me about the whole thing, is that when I sell something, it's like it's something that I made with my hands. I thought of it with my mind, and I produced something. Maybe I saw a photo and it inspired me, but making all of these things, it's just something that comes from me. And when it comes from me and somebody else likes it that much to give me money for it, I don't know, it helps to give me value. And I know that I've always struggled a little bit with self-image and having kind of a low self-image. And I'm a lot better now, but still I have my moments, and there's just something that kind of boosts me to see that somebody genuinely likes something I've produced, and especially a complete stranger. They're not just saying something to make me feel good, right? But to see also the fact that I know that I was created by a creator who made me in his image, and so he made me to be creative too. And when I see that creativity coming through me, to actually make something nice like that, it gives me value. What else can I say? So this is something I've really been enjoying in my life, this opportunity to see this flow through me. But I want to ask you a question. I want you to think about it. Is there something in your life that you really love to do that might be able to help you form a connection with somebody else and give you value for your life? To give that person value and then have it just bounce back on you. Now, doing something like that doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be a craft or making things, but it could be cooking, or it could be something working with plants or art or music or YouTube. Just something that you can create, you can produce, or you can express that somebody else will find value in, and that connection can add this other dimension to your life. I'm seeing it happen, and it has made such a difference for me that's really just why I wanted to share this. So I want you to think about it. And if you think of something, I'd love it if you put a comment down below, because I'd like to have an idea of what people are thinking. But really, if this is something that you think could add value to your life, I don't know, you might have some hidden treasure there in your life that's just waiting to be found. So it might be time to try something new. Think about it.